Hey everyone, welcome back to the Join Her channel. Today I want to take a second to address something that is going on in schools all over the world. In graduate programs, in undergraduate programs, discrimination. I titled this grad school truths because I want to deliver you guys real incidents, real information that is going on, that's happening. Whether it be from my experiences, whether it be from other people's experiences, but it's really important to understand that discrimination is real. It occurs, it happens, and it doesn't really hit until you see it or you deal with it. That's when it's like, you know it's there, but then it's like, pop up, surprise. And that's not cool, especially in graduate school or higher education. You should not have to deal with discrimination or racism, but that's the world that we live in. But that's not a good enough excuse that that's the world that we live in. The world that we live in is changing, and the people of the world and in academia need to change with it. Oftentimes in graduate school, depending on the program and the culture that you are associated with for your program, you're going to deal with biases, you're going to deal with discrimination, you're going to deal with professors who have ego trips, you're going to have people who feel like you answer to them or don't go over them. The fact of the matter is, if you're not providing me with the proper resources that I need to succeed in your program, you're doing a disservice to me, your university, and the world of academia. That is not cool. We have to do better. There are hardworking students who want to go out and change the world, who are so optimistic about learning and completing these degrees, spending money for these degrees. And you want to BS? Like, why? If you don't want to do your job, pick another job. But when you're working with students, when you're working with businesses, when you're working with community members, you are a resource to them. You are an advocate. You are there to help. You are not there to hurt. And far too often, students don't know their rights. Therefore, students are stuck dealing with crappy professors, lazy professors, and individuals who should have been fired. But no, they haven't been. For many reasons, who may know? The point of the matter is as a student, if you are dealing with something and feel like you are being treated unfairly by a professor, voice that. Do not sit there and deal with it. Do not sit there and take it. Do not sit there and waste your time or be bullied. For what? You have student loans, you have money, you have time invested in your education to groom you, to make you a better individual for when you go back out in the world. You don't have time to be playing with nobody. You don't have time for nobody to be playing with you. And you don't have time for people to play with your education. There are too many incidents that have went on for people of color to be able to obtain an education for it to be played with. We're not doing that. Do your job. Handle your business, help your students, make sure they learn. If you can't help them adapt. Students come from different places. We have different perspectives, we have different ways of learning. There is not one way to teach, just like there is not one way to learn. Students, ask questions, go to office hours. If you are not getting what you need out of a professor, there are other people and other resources to help you, but do not give up on yourself. Don't do it. Don't let anyone discourage you. Don't let anyone stop you. That fire that burns in you, you keep it lit, because that's going to be what changes the world that we live in. And discrimination in the academic world is real. And it's unfair. It's not cool. Makes you look like a bitter, educated individual. Yeah, you have education, but you're bitter and you're not making a difference. Fix it. I've had so many professors that were wonderful. But the bad part is I've had so many professors that were terrible. Now, there's not a balance. There's just not. Every now and then you get a professor where you're just like, I learned so much. And then every now and then, actually more so than often, you get a professor where you're just like, why haven't you been fired yet? Many of those out there. The point of this video is for you guys to be aware of the educational environment that you are stepping into. Do not sit back and take crap from people, because you are better than that. And if you are not being valued in your program, if your education is not being valued, you be sure that you value yourself. Never stop being an advocate for yourself. Never stop learning. Just don't. And for all the professors out there who are doing a wonderful job, all the people in academia and higher education, thank you. Because we really, really appreciate you. And you are an example that can be shown to many others that need it. Many, many others. Because professors and, people, community members, students, we don't often realize the influence that we have on people. That's what's going to change the world. People's experiences, their interactions, what they learn, how they learn, what they can relate it to. That is what's going to change the world. These are the future leaders. We are the future leaders. We have to be educated and prepared properly. We have to be shown understandings that you're not alone. I get what you're going through. You can get this. It's not easy, but it's going to be worth it. Connect with your students. Like, if you just want to check, go somewhere else. There's plenty of jobs out there where you can just get a check. But if you're going to be teaching and advising and helping and building and establishing a foundation for the next generation, do it with purpose. Do it with love. Do it with compassion. Be empathetic. Care. Treat people like people. Students are people. They come from all different walks of life. And with that being said, I just want to tell you guys some real stuff, some experiences, but don't ever give up on you.